Hello and welcome to AntipoDnD, a show in which a bunch of Australians play Dungeons and Dragons in a setting partly inspired by prehistoric Australia and New Zealand. I am David, your very cold dungeon master. I am joined as usual by Kynwyn, Doug, April and Zindy. And this is the show. No announcements, so we'll get straight into the game. Recap from last week. Our heroes, adventurers were they're heading back to the city of Providence. They have chosen not to take Mercer's Pass a second time, given the horrors they experienced during their first adventure through that path. So they took advantage of a riverboat that was leaving Mirror's Reach, bound for Rivermeet, and looking for passengers and potential mercenaries to aid against the threat of possible river pirates. Said river pirates did appear, though they were less piratical and more absolutely insane, as a group of goblins on canoes throwing and carrying bombs assaulted the boat. The heroes managed to drive them off and let the river sharks feed on the goblins' remains. But the boat had taken a few hits from bombs. Its two crew, the short human Quang Chi and the Dragonborn Nel Roche, were a bit shaken by the experience, so they chose to beach the boat at Romsey, a small port, overnight rather than finishing the trip to Rivermeet or stopping in the open river. And so our heroes have rested overnight. They've hit the long rest button. Please do so if you haven't already on D&D Beyond. And it is, the next morning, and they've, for the first time, Orsi, the wizard, has managed to protect them all with a magical, invisible dome that has kept the elements out and guaranteed a comfortable and relatively safe sleeping environment. So, April, what does, for this evening, what does Orsi's hut look like from the outside?
Probably like the color of the sky, like a dark blue color.
Okay.
I don't have a super huge amount of control over it, so it's like a nice, pretty dark blue. I don't know if I could do that. Maybe. Sure, I'll say there's little white dots on it. I'm thinking we can get away with that.
Sure. Okay, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, if he can shape fire and not hurt people, I'm sure he can fiddle with the colours and whatnot on a comfy dome.
The little sparkle
Sky show on.
Yeah, like a planetarium.
Well, that'd be really nice to stretch out in and have a nap.
So since you all had a relatively early night, you basically wake as the sun rises. And as you do, you see Nel Roche, the enormous dragonborn, actually standing right on the edge of the hut and trying to look inside and just very confused and sort of looking around and wondering if there's like a bell to ring or something like that.
Before the day gets on too far, while we're asleep, can I quietly mage hand 5 gold to everyone?
Yeah, sure. You're trying to do this stealthily?
Yeah, as payment for services rendered.
We'll make this a sleight of hand check.
Hey, I have an alright sleight of hand. It's not as good as lying, but that's fine. Alright, let's go. That is a 6 for a total of 11.
11.
I am like completely dead gone and snoring, like, you know. I don't think you'd have to be very slight to.
This is when it comes down to passive.
With my pockets.
Your passive perception. So, do any of you have a passive perception of 11 or higher? I kind of feel like most of you would.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's it written down? Like,
it's on the side.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Passive wish perception 13.
Yeah, I think all of us are higher than 11.
But also,
Wonderful.
Don't care.
Yeah.
No,
asleep.
there is that.
So each of you would at some point feel a something happening to maybe your coin purse or your pocket. It's up to you whether you decide to investigate it.
Just a little stack next to people's heads. I suspect they jingle as I drop the coins. Just chink. Right next to everybody's pillow.
Orsie's not asleep because he only sleeps for 4 hours. I think he's just sitting there.
Orsie just meditate. Either that or is he still doing hair?
Yeah, he's probably braiding his hair or like in his spell book. Oh, actually, for the 4 hours that he's awake, I'd like to fiddle with the fireball spell, like we talked about.
Yes.
Cool. I will do that.
Perfect.
So Orsie...
with us in, have you got eyebrows?
Yeah, I assume
Does he have eyebrows? Yeah,
at least one.
Yeah,
at least
a good one.
I think Dagmar knows the difference between the sound of coins being added and coins being taken away. So she's going to hear that, subtly glance up, but decide to let him have this.
Oh,
okay.
Everyone's so nice.
And
they're cute.
Zerasa does not detect the sleight of hand because Zerasa's passive perception is 10.
Oh, you beat her.
Wow. That's all right. Zerasa at least comes to, I guess, or at least notices at some stage a little stack of 5 coins on her chair or on her rickshaw. Or sorry, on their rickshaw.
The ears that she's got are made of brass, right?
That's true. So they'll have a nice surprise. More wealth than they've ever had, right? Judging from last week.
Recently.
Yes.
Yeah. Recently.
Cool.
Okay, so...
so flash forward, Nelrosh is looking in.
Yep, Nelrosh is looking in, trying to work out how to ring the doorbell on this hut.
Our wife is trying to get our attention.
And you knock on it?
Was that 5 gold or 10 gold? Sorry, real quick. Just adding
5.
that. 5 gold, okay, thank you. Cool. Who's awake? Is anyone else awake yet? It lasts for 8 hours exactly, so whenever that's up.
Yeah, well, like, when did you cast it?
Well, Orsie probably... Orsie would probably notice Nelrosh first if Orsie isn't sleeping, is having the less sleep. So Orsie is probably the first to wake, first to be conscious and be aware of the Dragonborn.
He's not going to step out though, because if he steps out, it's going to pop. I don't think he wants to do that.
I mean, he could. You just go like a soap bubble, and she could fall onto.
He's just going to lift Glow up and stick Glow's head out.
Okay.
She'll pop up.
Nelrosh just looks at the the burrowing owl, which is just magically phased through what to Nelrosh looks like a solid dome, and just turns her head in a curious manner, and eventually says, "Can you hear me through owl?"
Glow nods. Yeah.
We need to go. We going?
She nods her head.
You come.
Is everyone else awake yet? Or are they still sleeping?
Oh,
And I got my pants on. I'm rolling over.
Wake up. Get up. We gotta go.
Morzod making grunty, I need a cup of ale noises, as he does.
Alright, Orsie's gonna stand up and leave the bubble. It's gonna pop.
And it's gone. And you're all a sudden change in temperature. It's a little bit nippy this morning.
What's the atmosphere like this morning?
Yeah, it's not cold, but it is a cool morning. It is early summer. There's still sort of the last hints of winter in the air, but it's not in any way an unpleasant coolness to the morning. But it does hit you rather suddenly.
Well, in that case, Morzod kind of, I'm awake.
Dagmar's going to retract into herself.
Come on, Dagmar.
Have you got a Dorothy sleeping bag? Is that a thing?
I don't think so. I don't think I brought anything.
Yeah.
Probably sleeping on my jacket.
No, you've got a bedroll.
Yeah, you would have started the game with Adventurer's Pack, which I'm assuming is what Dagmar... Yeah,
I got adventurous
just
gear.
bought, either took a few things with her and then bought some provisions before leaving Gaud.
Yeah, bedroll, there it
I'm
is.
going to say she nicked one on the way.
Man, if she has a human-sized sleeping bag, she'd just burrow into it. That'd be the best thing ever.
It's a king-size bed, baby.
Oh yeah.
You'll wake up one morning. You wake up one morning, find 3 wombats and a snake in there with her.
Well, the wombats would be nice at least.
Come on, Dagmar, if you get up, I'll braid your hair. Wake up.
Now Rosh, on seeing you, all says, come on, we need to go. Tide good. Not for long, though. So come on, let's go.
Aren't we already on the boat?
Yeah, we're on the boat.
But we gotta, be...
Oh, I thought you were on shore. No, that's fine. She says...
we're on the boat, yeah.
Yeah, she's... So instead of saying that, she says, all right, you're all here. You're all ready to go. You're not missing anyone. No, you're all here.
5, 6. Nope, we're good.
Is there responsible?
Yep, checks self, checks others. All seem apparent. Duras
We
is
have
nearby somewhere, I take it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
Got
yep.
everything.
Goanna and Bird accounted for. Mm-hmm.
Yep, Goanna, Bird, Construct. And Norish sort of then shouts to the back of the boat. Yep. All here, I'm pushing off. And you hear Qingjong shout back, yep, all right, let's do it. And so Norish goes to the front of the boat, takes out a long pole, and just starts pushing the boat back. With aid from her husband at the rear of the ship. And after a short time, the boat is back on the water, the sails are unfurled, and you are now making the final leg of your journey towards Rivermeet. As you do, Captain Kwangji comes out, meets up with the group of you and says, all right, so because it was dark last night, I didn't get a proper look at what damage those idiot goblins did to the boat. So looks like, we're intact. We're not about to sink or anything like that, but I've got a bit of maintenance to do. So any help with that would be appreciated. You don't have to put yourselves to work. You've already earned your keep, but help would be appreciated if you got nothing better to do.
I can cast mending. So if you have any small holes that need filling.
Yes. Oh yeah, that could
pretty
work.
Good with metal.
We've got a few planks that got a few bits blown out of them. So if you could undo that, that would be awesome. Yeah. Noah says, "I'm going to clean gun," and she goes to the front of the boat and starts just standard maintenance of the swivel gun that she was firing the evening before.
I'd send Morzod up there to sort of, well, if she doesn't need help, watch, but it's got a bit of interest in the guns.
She says, as Morzod comes up, she says, "Hello, you know how guns work?"
No, not really. I haven't seen much of them. Kind of interesting though.
You want to learn?
Hey, I mean, if you don't mind.
Oh, all right. I'll need to clean blunderbuss as well, so I can show you how both work.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll help if I can.
So that's going to take about an hour, but if you stick to it, then Morzod will gain proficiency in firearms. Now, I'm doing proficiency a little differently when it comes to firearms. You don't need proficiency to shoot a gun. You do need proficiency to reload a gun. Because, the flintlock mechanism is rather complicated if you don't know what you're doing.
Also, probably best to have proficiency if you want to keep your eyebrows.
Yeah. Okay, and what are the rest of you doing?
Obviously, he's gonna mend 1 or 2 splinters, get bored, and stop.
If there's
I
anything...
was going to follow Orsi around.
Oh, I said I'd braid your hair, didn't I?
Yeah.
All right. He's going to sit down and braid Dagmar's hair, if we got time, crazy elven braid, full on.
Oh, yes, please.
Riverdale, wherever those elves live, let's do it.
Super pretty ornamental fishbone.
Riverdale? Is that it? I don't really know Lord of the Rings very well.
Rivendell?
That's the one.
Yeah.
All those jock elves.
Those crime-solving elves.
Yeah.
Quanji says it'll probably take 2 or 3 hours to reach Rivermeet.
Okay. We'll do this. I think that's about as long as it would take. Let's do that. Come on, Dagmar.
If there's anything that requires dexterity more than strength, like, knots or anything like that, Vatericus is happy to lend a hand.
Yeah, fixing rigging and stuff.
Yeah, if any of the riggings come loose or...
Quanji says, nah, rigging's all pretty solid. It's just a few, it's mainly just a bit of damage to, the deck and a few other pieces. I wouldn't have set sail if I was worried about the rigging, but thanks for the offer.
Entirely fair. In that case, then let me play to keep morale up.
Okay.
So the deck could probably use a mop. But maybe playing is better.
Yeah. He does say, we still got I think we've still got a few goblin bits about the place, so if you want to help clean that up, one less thing for me to do.
Fine. Yes, good. Yes, good. Glad to be of service.
Sorry.
He's swapping.
Aww, you missed a spot.
Oh
no. Mage hand.
Yeah, back at you.
Mummified, like, dragonborn, flaky, scaly shit. Just straight at you.
He makes a note.
The wizard will remember this.
I have an entire list of every single mage hand he's used.
Yeah, you got a catalogue.
Yeah.
Next time he does one, you'd be like, look, can I have the one that 2 weeks hence that it had nice fingernails?
Yeah.
Have you got that one still?
Perfectly manicured.
Yeah, I'm worried one's going to be like familiar one day or something.
I know that hand. Ugh.
So after about
Those cuticles look really familiar.
After about an hour or so, maintenance is complete, the cleaning is done, the last bits of goblin have been removed. Morzod, you have learned how to load both a straightforward cannon as well with a sort of a fairly standard where you just put a match or a flame to the breech and it fires. You've also been shown how the flintlock mechanism works with the flash pan and powder in the flash pan, powder down the barrel, wadding, shot, shoot, don't forget to clean it. Is something Narosh says over and over and over again. If you don't clean it, then eventually it will explode. You don't want that.
Good what's that?
And you've now got maybe another hour or two to kill before your projected arrival in Rivermeet. Is there anything particular any of you would like to do in that time, or shall we fast forward?
I think also mixed some... Oh. What does Zerasa do?
Yeah, well, what was Zerasa up to?
Zerasa was very curiously watching Morzod learning how firearms works. She is fascinated by this new technology, which did not exist in her time. And then after that, she is going to continue learning, practicing how to walk. And she is now able to walk with a railing by her side. And she has now started taking her own steps unaided, but generally cannot get very far before she either loses balance or loses confidence and has to, fall towards a wall or a railing or one of you for support.
After gun time, Morzod will help her out with that.
Cool.
I think also mixed some
Dagmar's
copper powder.
Gonna call out encouragingly.
Yeah. He mixed some copper powder into whatever hair pomade he has, so like her hair sparkles a little bit in the sun.
Oh wow, that's proper elfie.
It's fancy.
It's super fancy.
This is like going to a disco in 2001.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like blue light disco. Your mum put glitter gel in your hair. It's like that.
Body glitter spray.
Yeah.
It's a little boring. It's a bit of a daily style, but it suits you.
Oh, thank you. This is daily.
I bet she feels so pretty.
I feel the prettiest I've ever been. I wish I was wearing something fancier.
If you prefer elven braids, if you want, I can learn how to do dwarven braids if you prefer.
I actually like elven braids.
Me too.
Oh man, I love this dynamic. It's so good.
Since we're not keeping up the pretense that Zerasa is a flesh construct, I'm going to ask them for my suit back.
They're wearing your suit.
What about when we get to Rivermeet? I nearly said Riverdale again.
Oh dear, I should have prepared for that. No.
Are we going to not have Zerasa pretend to? Are we just going to throw a cloak over them? What are we doing?
I don't know. It doesn't seem to have done as much good so far. So,
I mean, what does Zerasa want to do?
Zerasa,
have we cleaned their face, or are they still in drag?
I'm sure we would have cleaned the drag off.
I hope so.
Zerasa says, I'm happy to do whatever you think is appropriate. Although in my current state, I technically do not need clothes, as I have no rude bits to conceal. I must confess that I do get some strange sense of comfort from being clothed.
You have to have gubbins to want to have stuff on you.
I mean, we can just leave the cloak on, or we could pretend that they're a construct, like a golem.
Well, we go into town and let Zerasa choose something to wear.
Well, there is that. But sorry, it was more if you weren't particularly interested in the clothes and were only wearing them for disguise, I'd take them back. But if you're getting comfort from them, that is okay.
She says, they say, to some degree, I find, while clothing is a comfort, I find that the tight-fitting materials can sometimes interfere with my joints, which are not entirely as flexible as my old body used to be. However, draping a cloak over my form seems quite practical and will not interfere with my operations, I believe. So I may simply wear a cloak, if that is agreeable to you all.
Yes, you're a wizard. Robes and cloaks are the best for wizards. Everyone knows that.
Of course.
Whatever makes you happy.
Indeed.
Oh yeah. Good talk. So I think we sort of killed the last hour probably with the clothes conversation.
Yeah.
Cool, he must have spoken very slowly.
Look, we could go into anecdotes. Mozart knew this fella once. He wore a kilt, and Mozart was a bit confused at first because he said, "What is that? Is that a skirt?" Because I've seen her wearing other ladies, but no. Apparently, it's a kilt as long as you don't have anything underneath it. That's how it works.
Dagmar's a pants fan. She'll share that probably.
None of you have any idea what I wear under my robe, and you're never gonna know.
Well, now I am wondering. I wasn't before.
Hadn't really crossed my mind. Is it a robe if you got something under it? Like, do you have to, or do you have to not? Do you mean socks?
You're not gonna know.
I just pictured Orsi in leggings.
I
know he's got under there.
So I feel like
some really great active wear.
I feel like 3 of my players have just mentally said challenge accepted. So eventually the good boat Pointy Stick sails towards Rivermeet, and you all see Rivermeet on the horizon much sooner than you'd expect to see a town in the distance. Ahead of you, you see I think I finally worked out how to show you. Not a map, it's a journal, if I can remember how to do it. Oh, it's that tab. Sorry, still learning Foundry. So I should be able to click that and say, show players. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
got a big rock.
Beautiful.
So the first thing you see of Rivermeet is this enormous, colossal monolith, which soon becomes clear to you that it's made of standing stones. Looks like there's something of a, might be a natural outcrop, but it's been extended. So you have these two huge vertical stones with another one laid across. And then in the shadow of this monolithic structure, there is a rather pleasant looking small town. You can see smoke rising from a few of the chimneys. You can start to make out there is a castle of some kind, or a keep, nestled at the base of the rock, and then the town itself stretches out towards the river. And here you can see that this is where the river is. The Luan River, which you've been sailing, is joined by the Wayward River as it heads towards the ocean. And it is...
Rivermeet.
And you can see that there is a relatively large and bustling river port there, where eventually the pointy stick pulls up and goes up onto the beach. Nelrosh immediately jumps off the boat, ties it off quite securely. There are bollards provided, and then climbs back on, lowers a ramp that you can all move down, and Kwang Ji says to each of you, well, here we are. I've already paid you for your services, but yeah, so look, thanks for traveling on the good boat Pointy Stick. We're going to be stopping here for a few days while we look for more goods to trade and so forth. But if you come back in a few days, if you're looking for another trip, we might still be here. But we haven't actually chosen our next destination yet. Depends on what opportunities arise while we're here, you understand?
Hey,
makes sense.
Wonderful.
Well met. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Had a lovely time.
Thanks for
Little bow.
Thanks for keeping the goblins off me.
Hey.
Not
A pleasure. Now tell me, what is there to do in Rivermeet while we're here? Do you guys know anything about this town?
What are those big rocks?
It says, those. Oh, look, what are those big rocks is probably the question of Rivermeet. Everybody's got their own theory. Don't think anybody really knows, though. So, from what I've heard, they were here before the town was made. So the town settled under the rocks because it looked like a cool place, and also it's where the rivers met. So, all, seemed convenient. But, yeah, nobody really knows what they're doing there. I'm sure if you ask around, you'll get a different story every time.
Fair enough.
As for things to do, look, Nelrosh and I, we normally, when we're staying in town, there's a little place down by the docks that the two of us stay, but it's really more of a, not really the kind of place I think you lot would be looking for. If you're looking for a nice place to stay, I feel like there's this tavern, sort of a tavern theatre, if you want. It's a place where they do food and meals, and they've got beds, but they also do shows every night. They invite people to come and put on a little act and so. But that's place. Just ask around. Look for Owl Bears Aplenty. That's the place you're looking for.
Thank you very much, Captain. You have made me very happy indeed.
That's wicked.
Well, see you around or not.
Oh, sure.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, well met.
Safe travels. And he gets on with overseeing the offloading of goods and so forth.
But Terracus, you lit up like a Winterfest tree. Your face.
Well, my primary source of income is performance, after all. So any opportunity to perform.
I mean, honestly, the Tavern at the Dock sounded fun, but we can go to that one too.
We could do both.
See what both of them have, eh?
All right, well, let's go find. And who are you, by the way, today, Dagmar? Are you Brunhilde?
Oh, yeah. We're going to try and do the Brunhilde thing today and see how that goes.
Okay.
And if I survive today, we might make it a thing.
Oh, you picking up that mail?
Killed.
Yes, I do have to go and talk to someone that I haven't known for a while. That's going to be interesting.
All right. What about you, Vatericus? Are you Vatericus?
Always. Oh, but yes, today I am introducing myself as Vatericus, if asked.
All right. I'm just trying to keep on top of it, you see.
Morzod, Orsi, who are you today?
I'm Morzod. Always Morzod.
Lord Lichtenbraun, as always.
Of course.
Good thinking, though.
Well,
To be asking.
shall we go and find this owlbear inn?
I could use a drink. I feel like that's a good idea.
By the way, the time it's about 10, 11 in the morning because it was a short trip.
Perhaps we can secure some rooms and think about how we're going to get back to Providence.
I've just realised that the lighting
for a brunch beer.
The lighting in this concept art is pretty much right for this time of day, so I'm happy about that.
Perfect.
Fortuitous.
Precision.
Oh, I'll have Glow just like fly up, just if she sees like a tavern sign that looks like an owlbear.
Perception check from Glow, please.
Sure. With advantage, because she is an owl. What's that? Ooh, 15, 16, 17.
17. So, Glow does eventually find what a relatively large building with a sign up the front that has an illustration of 3 owlbears on it that are either playing or fighting with each other. And they look like...
Sounds like a plenty.
They look like owlbear cubs.
Aw. Owlbears aplenty. All right, that way. She seems to have spotted the place. It's pretty big.
Excellent.
Off we go. Nice.
Okay.
On the way there, do we see any, like, society? Do they have outposts here or anything, or is it too small?
You don't see anything obvious. You probably need to ask around if you're looking for the society or anything like that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Fun-looking shops.
Yeah. Any interesting shops?
Souvenir shops, yeah.
On the way to Owlbears Aplenty, you do see what appears to be a magic shop. It's called For a Spell.
Oh look, Vatericus, another magic shop. We should have a look.
Wonderful. Let's go check it out.
Gonna pop into the magic shop.
All of us in the magic shop at once.
Look, if you two want to head along to the tavern, you can, but me and Vatericus are going in.
I want to see the inside of a magic shop.
Wonderful. Well, come along, Brunhilde. We will check out all the weird stuff they've got in there. You should see the barrels full of spell components. They're wonderful. You just get like a little scoop and you fill up your own bag. It's great.
It's very good for the environment. Yes.
Yeah. Paper bags everywhere. It's very environmentally conscious.
Sounds very different to anything I've done.
Morzod, perhaps they might have some components for your magical cocktail you want to make. Or whatever it is you're doing.
What? Oh, I'll have a look, eh?
Maybe some elderflower berries or something.
I like elderflower.
All right, we go in.
Okay, you pass through. It's an open doorway, but you've got sort of a beaded curtain down that you push your way through.
Vatericus struggles.
So, Orsi, as soon as you step in, for a moment, your heart sinks as you look around, and you just see New Age crap. You see, completely
run by druids.
You see, crystal balls. You see, pyramids. You see all kinds of things, but it only takes you a moment to realize, that's what's at the front. At the back, you can see there are spell components. There are, sort of lots of little pigeonholes with scrolls in them. There are, this is actually a magic shop, but it looks like a magic shop that is trying to diversify to make sure that, they don't just get wizards coming through.
There's shops like this in Tal Raj, run by druids. They're awful.
And
I like the round crystal bowl thing.
Doesn't do anything. It's just a crystal ball.
A voice says, "I can assure you, sir, that I am no druid."
That's what I like to hear, sir.
Please come in so I can see you.
Step more into the room.
Okay. As you sort of move in, you can make out in the dim light that there is a counter, and behind it there is a very elderly, wizened old human. He appears to be, could be 70, 80, even more. He is wearing wizard robes, and they're rather plain in colour. They're sort of just a dark greyish colour. He doesn't seem to have he doesn't have any interest in the kind of flair and fancy that is adorning the front of his shop. He's wearing what could be a wizard hat. It's wide, but it has this. I guess the best way to describe it is it looks a lot like the sorting hat from Hogwarts, in that it seems to have a flap in it that could look like a mouth and two little marks that could be eyes.
That's like all wrinkly and stuff.
Yeah, and it says, you all have the look of adventurers about you. Please, look around. If there's anything specifically you're after, come to me. And the hat says, but remember, if you break it, you buy it, okay?
That's a talking hat.
He does have a talking hat. You're not wrong.
And
I've seen a talking hat before.
I have a talking owl. You don't seem that surprised by that.
Yeah, but birds already make noises. Hats don't really.
She only talks to me.
The hat says, hey, look, I'm talking here. So hats can talk. I talk, all right? Believe it.
Good sir, how much for the hat?
The hat,
Cataricus,
sadly, is not for sale. I am cursed to endure it. And the hat says, cursed, you made me, you idiot. I'm here to help you.
I was going to ask if it was actually a cursed object, but I don't think it is.
It's
Really specific curse.
He
Seems all right.
frowns and says, it depends on how you define cursed.
I know the feeling. All right, Ossie's going to wander around. Can I make is there anything that stands out? Is there anything...
Okay. Give me an investigation check, please.
Sure. Investigation. I'm good at that.
I'll help.
Yeah.
22.
And you can,
advantage?
Yeah, roll with advantage.
22.
Okay. So, lots of scrolls. You sort your way through all of the rot, and you realise that he's actually done a pretty good job of making sure the rubbish is on one side of the shop and the good stuff is on the other side of the shop, close to the counter. So the stuff that's genuinely valuable is what he can keep his eyes on. So, a bunch of scrolls. He's also selling a chain shirt that on close inspection appears to be made of something stronger than steel. You need to ask about it, though, to identify exactly what it is.
What size is it?
It is a...
if it's magic morsel,
yeah,
it's anyone's size.
In D&D, they just assume that magic things will fit whoever wears them. So it's like, the One Ring, it'll, oh look, somehow it's my size now.
All right.
There's also there's some leather armor. There is a wand and two weapons, a glaive and a rapier.
Ooh. Excuse me.
What?
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
What was your name, sir? Sorry, Morzord. Did you want something?
No. You go first.
Okay. What was your name, sir?
Kind of you to ask. I am... He looks confused for a moment, and the hat says, Dwarmes, you lunk. And he says, Dwarmes is my name. Thank you.
Does your familiar assistant have a name?
Hat.
Hat.
I mean, it makes sense.
H80. All right.
And Hat says, you can make a double T if you want.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, hat with a double T. Yeah, that's me.
The weapons and the armor that you have there for sale. Do you have any more information about those?
Yes. He glances up at the brim of his hat, and the hat says, all right, yeah, so what you got there is you got a mithril chain shirt. That's going to, be really good at, stopping blows and so forth. The leather stuff, that's a really powerful stuff. That's gives you, it's studded leather and it's gives you resistance. If somebody tries to poison you, this thing's going to, make that a bit harder for them. What else? Oh yeah. So that wand over there, yeah, that was dropped in just a month or so ago. That's a wand of magic missiles. So if you know that, if you know what that spell is, you won't need further explanation. But it's great for pew pew zipping from zapping things from a distance. And both the glaive and the rapier, they're weapons of warning. Which wait, oi boss, what's a weapon of warning again? It says, you're supposed to be the one who reminds me of things. Oh yeah, weapon of warning. Just going through, I've got like this encyclopedia in my head, you see. I'm just, if you can call it a head. Yeah, I'm a hat, anyway. So I'm just sort of flicking through the imaginary pages. This magic weapon warns you of danger. While the weapon is on your person, you have advantage on initiative rolls. I don't know what that initiative roll is. It's just these words that come to me. In addition, you and any of your companions within 30 feet of you can't be surprised. So I don't really know what most of that means, but sounds good.
It does.
Initiative roll. You have that with Jam.
Wonderful. That was the rapier. Sorry, that was the warning.
Rapier and the glaive.
Yeah.
As well. Both of them.
And
how much for the wand? Just out of curiosity.
The hat says, the wand. Oh, that's 8,000 gold.
He tries not to look horrified. You got the rich boy air on.
And the chain, what's he charging for that?
Yeah. Oh, that chain shirt? That's one of the cheaper ones we got here. Yeah, that's only 850 gold.
Okay, well,
it's reasonable.
Yeah, I've heard about that mithril stuff.
And this rapier here?
The rapier, that's a premium item, that is, my friend.
Of course it is.
They'll be asking, can't part with it for less than 100,000 gold pieces. And the Dwarmes goes, hat? He says, all right, 60,000. Figure the hat for trying.
Distort value dies on Vitericus's lips.
You must get some mighty fine people coming through here to buy that sort of stuff, eh? So, is a lot of people here in Rivermeet got a lot of coin?
Dwarmes says, oh, some. We mostly deal with travellers moving through, such as yourself. We occasionally sell to high-ranking wizards in various nations and institutions. I agree it is a lot of gold to ask for some of these items, but occasionally some can afford it. But we have set up the honey pot out the front for, surviving the rest of the month when such customers don't come through.
You'd be so popular in Talraj. Actually, we heard rumors of Tarthian wizards in this area. Have you heard anything about that?
He says, yes, we've had one or two come through here.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Really, here?
Personally, I have chosen not to do business with them. It's
fair.
Difficult.
Morally.
It is difficult, but you see, I am actually a survivor of the original penal colony that is now Providence. So
incredible.
I have few memories of that time, but the ones I do have, I do not treasure, you understand.
No, please, I don't want to bring up any bad memories. Just bizarre. Tartine wizards here again.
Yes, I'm not entirely sure what they're doing here, but it is a free town. All are welcome to come and go as they please. I cannot stop them, but I can choose not to take their custom.
Where would they even be going here? What's in this area?
He says,
"Was anything of interest to wizards, eh?"
He says, "Well, I'm sure some have taken an interest in the stones. There's many people have theories about what might be behind them, and of course, magic always features in one of those theories. I'm sure some are simply headed west towards the lake or Mirror's Reach or those places. Some are coming from Heron's Perch in the north. Some might be coming from Providence in the south or Golden Ford. Rivermeet, we are a hub. Everyone who comes to the island of Keldrith goes through Rivermeet at least once."
What is it at Lake Keldrith that's so enticing to wizards? This isn't the first time I've heard of wizards going out that way. Magic users, I suppose.
Oh yes, there's something. Hat. The hat says, all right, Lake Keldrith. Yeah, there's the Elven Citadel of Kai Withel. There's still most of that citadel is actually still closed off. They're trying to find a way in, or who knows what kind of ancient secrets are going to be hidden down there. That's going to be like whoever gets in there first is going to make a lot of money. But of course the elves are yeah, you know what elves are like. I do. But also in the lake, there's like these ruins of an ancient city. People don't think they're elven. So we don't really know what it is. Like just this sunken city in the water, and where there's ruins, there's going to be treasure. So yeah, that's good stuff. But there's actually more stuff beyond the lake. What was that place you were fantasizing about, Duames? And Duames says, "Oh, Sancta. Yes, I'd love to see it one day, but I don't think I could make such a journey at this age."
What is it about Sancta that you like?
It just, from what I've heard, it sounds beautiful. I remember there was a druid grove, a retreat in a place called Fern Glen, but when civilization grew up around the grove, the druids retreated farther to the west, and Sancta is their new home. And it sounds lovely. On the shore of the lake, the mountains of the Serpent Spine. I'd love to see it. I doubt I will, though.
Well, I hope you get to. Sounds lovely. Well, I might just purchase some material components if you don't mind. I'm just gonna spend like 10 gold, get some paper, get some copper dust.
Cool, there's plenty of those. And Hat says, I've got some scrolls too, by the way. Yeah, you want scrolls?
Oh,
you look like a scroll user. Yeah.
I'm not, but yes, I'd love to copy some down if you have anything interesting.
Okay. Hat says, all right, we got scrolls of flip, going through my head. All right, we got Message, Shocking Grasp, Hunter's Mark, Fairy Fire, Featherfall, Disguise Self, Armor of Agathis. Ooh, that sounds cool. And Bane. Bane. Bane.
Very nice effects. I don't think many of those apply to me. Vatericus, do you think any of those you could use?
Not really a scroll guy.
Looking at our Brunhilde.
Yeah,
I don't know if Brunhilde can really use scrolls.
Oh no, can you?
I wouldn't know how.
That's what we're going with. Yeah.
Aussie, is that something you can learn? Using scrolls like that?
Oh no, absolutely I can use scrolls. Some I can't. Some spells aren't really in the realm house of what I deal with.
No. I mean, like learning how to like you use.
Oh, can you learn how
know
to use a scroll?
them? Yeah. Is that one of them reading things that you do?
You certainly have to be able to read the scroll. That helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mechanically, if the spell has to be available to your class.
Yeah.
So the only way for Dagmar to learn would be to multi-class into a spell casting.
Right. Gotcha.
He's fine with not doing that.
Yes, I don't think any of those scrolls right now particularly appeal to me. Very good quality copper dust, though, so thank you for that. Does anyone else have to grab anything while we're here?
Loose crystal situation.
You gonna
like,
go through the tumbled rocks?
Yeah, I want to look at the pretty little tumbled rocks.
Yeah, nice.
Are there any good ones?
There are lots of very pretty rocks.
She's a dwarf. Of course she's into the rocks. Duh.
Like, do we have like little crystals and like amethysts and?
Yeah, I was gonna say she got a favorite rose quartz.
They have those stained glass fairies in the window.
There's pretty much everything. Any kind of gem or precious stone that is not that is not expensive enough to be a useful spell component, for example. So no, 500 gold diamonds or anything like that. But there are lots of relatively cheap amethysts, topazes, rubies, whatever.
Yeah, I would like to amass a little handful of predominantly quartz.
Put them in.
Yeah, I would have vouched. Like amethyst and rose quartz and like white quartz or clear quartz.
Excellent.
A bit of tiger eye.
Yeah.
So you sort of reach up and put this down on the counter, and
please.
Dwame sort of looks down and she says, "Oh, how lovely! Yes, well, that will all come to. Hat." And the hat says, "That'll be at that minus that and take a little off because you're so cute. We'll make it we'll make it 1 gold just for you."
Okay. And I'm going to take out a gold coin and slap it on the counter.
I've got this much.
Thank you for your custom.
Mama gave me.
Actually, while we're here, real quick, do you have any like beads or anything? You have a really nice beaded curtain there. You got any more?
Oh, probably.
In the New Age section. Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Do I find anything?
Yeah, you do find some beads. Yep.
Cool. I'll buy whatever they've got.
Okay. What sort of quantity are we talking about? A handful or like a haversack full?
Yeah, fill the handy haversack with beads.
Maybe not. Maybe not a haversack full. Like maybe like a coin pouch size.
I was gonna say, we're talking like a pie bag.
Okay.
Like a.
You'd be looking at probably just about 5 silver for all of that.
Got it. No worries.
Wonderful.
Cool.
All right. Sorry, Vatericus. Morzord, if you wanted to like look for any like little herbs and spices, I'm sure there's some in here.
Oh, look, I'm still sort of thinking about where I'm going with that, actually. So we could probably come back on our way or whatnot.
Sure.
Morzord was given a name.
I was gonna bring that up, but he's not asking about it yet.
Okay.
He's still thinking.
I'm going to lean on the counter and go, Hat, my friend, how long has that rapier been sitting there?
And the Hat says, oh, that's been there since before I was a hat. Which, I was really nothing before I was a hat, so long time.
I see. And how many people who come through with the kind of money you're asking who look at it meaningfully?
1 or 2. Yeah.
Since you've been a hat.
Yeah, there've been a few. Yeah. Oh, actually, there've been like dozens. Like we had like 50 rapiers, and they all sold for twice that. So yeah.
I see.
Inside check the hat. Yeah, inside check.
I suspect the hat is lying to me.
Yeah, inside check, please.
Yeah, 16.
I rolled a 5, so that's 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vetericus, it's very hard to read a hat. But Orsi, you are watching Duamez's face while the hat is talking, and he is just rolling his eyes. It's very clear that this is unsanctioned haggling. Yeah, unsanctioned.
Prime hat is bullshit.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, undeterred, Vetericus will press on anyway. So, in all that time, this particular sword hasn't moved. Is it defective? Is there something wrong with it?
Hat says, oh no, absolutely not. We only stock the finest quality materials here, you see. Only the best weapons. Yep, that's right. Yep.
Only the best weapons that are left.
Does it warn you anyway? Does it like yell at you or something?
I don't know. You see me wielding a rapier? Not really my style.
Entirely fair. Well,
that's a pretty good
let
point.
me put it to you this way, my friend. I will give you 150 gold and walk out with this rapier today.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
20.
Where is persuasion? There it is. So I rolled a 9, which goes to a 10. Yes, which goes to a 10. So that is 16 total.
Okay. Hat says, nah, not for that. Yeah, not for twice that. Not for 10 times that.
So if we throw something in to sweeten the pot, how about that?
Something like honey? Sweeten the pot?
Would you like honey?
Oh, right. You're talking about trade, barter. Right. What have you got? We're always looking to buy.
I have this haversack. Not the magic one, the other one, the backpack that I'm trying to get rid of.
Oh my god. We did find that haversack in a Genolton ruin,
And Hat says, she not. Feel like I've heard of them. And Dwemer says, I believe it's pronounced Hinault.
Oh, well, everyone's a critic, aren't they?
Everyone knows
Zurasa
that.
during this conversation.
Yeah, what are they doing?
Zurasa is examining crystals and gems.
Sparkles, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Hat.
Can we point to the amazing construct? Be like, that's Hinault.
No, absolutely they're not. They're actually with me in the society. Don't ignore them.
Dwemer's sort of looks over the various shelves and can just see that the cloaked figure of Zurasa exploring the various stones and says, is that some kind of construct? A golem?
Yes, they're a golem. From the academy.
Our wizard has
Constructed
been
it
tinkering.
Yes.
They
They are not for sale, I will say that.
Oh, this one's
But
Zurasa.
I
It's
do
like
have
a
some
stripe.
spare parts that I used to make this golem, if you'd like some of those.
I like the green one. Yeah, it's real nice.
He says, oh, golem construction is not my strength, I'm afraid. I am prepared to offer the rapier for your servant golem.
sadly not a deal I'm permitted to make. However, I can pay you in coin taken from the Hinault Palace, the seat of that once great civilization.
Okay,
if it sweetens the deal.
Just really quick, I just want to pull Vitaricus aside. We're going to have to stop flaunting the Hinault stuff. Okay, we're reaching the limit now.
I may have come by these perfectly naturally.
My friend here also has a weapon he could throw in as well. Don't you have that hideous gaudy blade or whatever it is?
I do. I have a dagger. But I mean, a dagger is... I have my other rapier.
It's very gaudy, that gaudy one.
What do you like best, Sarasa?
And
I'm looking through your equipment to see what you can trade.
Duames is starting to look a bit tired, and Hat says, "Look, I'm gonna have to ask you all to stop bothering my boss here, unless you've actually got real business to do. Is getting a bit tired of all this,
Well, look, fine. If you don't want the Academy in Providence, sending business your way anymore, we'll just leave. That's fine." And I move to leave.
How about a drift globe? Why am I even so invested in this? I don't even care.
And Duames says, "We do get custom from the Coruscant branch office in Rivermeet. Samori there is a good friend of mine. I doubt you could persuade her otherwise."
Okay. Do I know Zamori? Do I know a Zamori?
Samori with an S. No,
Samori.
You would not have heard of Samori.
Okay.
And you now know that the Coruscant Academy has a they have a branch office in Rivermeet.
Well, in which case then I shall bid you good day. And I bow deeply and leave, making a mess of myself on the beads on the way out.
This is good day, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for your custom. Please come again. Yeah, and bring more money.
Come on, Mozart. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm coming. Trotting along with Sarasa.
That's fine.
Starting to think we should have used our time on the boat to come up with like a cover story for Sarasa.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to stop saying that she's like a Genautan construct or something.
I forgot that was a bad thing to say. My apologies.
Look, there could be like Tarthian wizards around here. We don't know.
It sounds like a lot moved through.
I mean, we could just say Zarasa's our friend. You don't have to describe what somebody is when you say, "This is my friend Zarasa." And by the way,
well,
they might
I
have
agree.
to be.
They are noticeable and shiny.
They are a very bronze, sparkly body. So a construct is a good cover. At least that's not unheard of.
Right.
I mean, if someone asks.
Zarasa says, "Well, technically my body is a construct, in that I constructed it. But if I were to introduce one of you as a meat sack, it might offend you, would it not?"
That's a bit weird. This is Mozart. He's made of meat and ale.
Everyone describes me as very small, so it's fine.
I was going to say, honestly, other than me, those three would be fine with it.
You could simply...
Well, he is a vegan.
You could simply use my name.
Hey, this is our friend Zerasa. It's
fine.
Not anyone asks you what you're made of.
Spite, as far as you know. But I'm just worried about... Anyway, I'm just worried about Tarthian wizards in the area, that's all.
Happy bits.
They'd be able to clock Animanti from across the city. Seriously.
Yeah, like...
Dealt with them before, it'll be fun.
I suppose. But look...
I mean, how much room is there in the necklace?
There's one room, and we have a... Oh, I forgot about him for a second. I feel bad.
It's all right.
He's been there for 2 minutes.
Days. Don't worry about it.
What if he starves? How often do humans eat?
He'll be fine. Not that often.
But Terracus eats like every 8 hours.
All that time. Yes, it's true. All right.
He hasn't even been there the length of like a sea shanty.
It's true.
He'll be fine. You'll be fine.
No, we're gonna get in trouble.
We'll be fine.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go to the inn. Let's go.
I'll need a drink.
We will go to the inn.
Okay.
Glow will guide us.
Glow, who has been patiently waiting outside the magic shop, leads you towards Owlbears Aplenty. It is a rather large, prominent building, stone built, relatively new from the looks of it. When I say stone built, I actually mean brick rather than just your slapdash slate or anything like that. And yeah, you can see the sign hanging at the front with the 3 owlbears playing on it. As you step inside, it seems to be just in time for the lunch crowd. And it is a large open space with tall windows of light falling in all around the walls. There are murals of owlbears of every imaginable shape and color. Every possible subspecies and race of owlbears presented. Excuse me. There are lots of tables. There is a bar. There is a stage that is currently unoccupied, and there are about half the tables are currently occupied at the moment, but people seem to be just sort of sitting around having meals, enjoying a break from whatever it is they do during the day.
All right, well, Morzod strolls on up to the bar. Tell us what the barkeep's like.
Okay. You see a humanoid cat, a tabaxi, to be specific. Possibly, probably female based on the figure, but it can be a bit hard to tell with the furry individuals. And
You're allowed to say that?
Look,
dang furries.
I wouldn't say it in that world, but this is our world, and tabaxi don't exist in our world.
Right. We're not exactly counting nipples or anything.
Yeah, so they are black tabaxi with white patches on them, and as you approach her, she says, "Hello, welcome to Owlbears Aplenty. Are you looking for a meal or lodging, or looking to watch a show or even perform?"
Oh, little bits of all of those, I reckon, and a jug of your local.
Okay, well, for meal and drink, please take a seat. I'll have somebody attend to you in a moment.
More looks to the others because there were obviously other categories there that they're interested in. All right, Dagmar's right for the food and drink. All right.
Do we sit down, or are we going to be seated?
He says, "Oh, just take a seat. Take a seat. Someone will find you."
All right. He goes and sits down.
Wonderful.
Now, are we in the brooding, lurking corner, or are we sort of middle of the room? What are you picking, Aussie?
I'm used to being seated. Where are we? Where do we want to sit? Is there a booth?
I feel like we are the broody, lurky corner people.
You reckon?
I like a corner.
There aren't
Someone
booths.
see the stage.
There aren't any booths, but there are corners. Yes.
We can sit in a corner, maybe near the fireplace or something. Is there a hearth?
Ooh, broody, cozy corner.
There is. It's not. It's not lit at the moment. The day is warm enough that they decided it's not worth the fuel.
They got the windows open to blow through.
The windows are not open at the moment.
Let's go get a spot near the hearth for now.
Spot, so good.
I will loiter and go, my friend. What's the protocol for performing?
And she says, "It's fairly simple. You tell me what you want to do, and if I think it won't be terrible, then I'll add you to the bill, and you can try it on. Where shows start around dinner time. It's dinner and a show. You see, we normally have 3 or 4 acts on every night when we can."
Wonderful. And payment?
Payment is up to you to encourage customers to pay.
Wonderful. Excellent. My favorite kind of performance. Thank you very much. I will have a think, and I will come back up if I have an act that I think you will like.
And she says, good. And I should add, 10% of your takings go to the house. Hope you understand.
Of course. Of course. Wonderful. And I'll trundle over to the cozy corner of brooding.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Well, I think we can take a break there for our heroes to enjoy their meal and their drinks and think about what they're going to do next. So we will be back here soon. Don't go anywhere. Hello, I'm David. I'm the Dungeon Master and Showrunner for AntipoDnD. That's Antipodean Dungeons & Dragons. AntipoDnD is a show in which a group of Aussies play Dungeons & Dragons in a homebrew setting partly inspired by prehistoric Australia and New Zealand. We pre-record episodes weekly and upload them to YouTube on Fridays. Each episode is about 2 to 3 hours long. Though this is my first time running a show like this, I feel like it's the kind of thing I was almost born to do. I have backgrounds in theatre, including acting, writing and directing, visual arts, game design, animation, and I used to work as a writer at BioWare where I created content for Star Wars: The Old Republic. Meanwhile, the players I invited to the show are all creative Australians like myself. Kynwyn is an accomplished novelist and TV writer. Doug is an amazing tabletop miniature painter. Zindy is an incredibly prolific artist who did the official character art for our own show. And April is a concept artist who works for Wizards of the Coast, creating, among other things, official creatures for Dungeons & Dragons. Together, we're telling a story about 4 strangers who travel to a mysterious archipelago on the far side of the world, where gods walk among commoners, hidden in plain sight, and titans loom over the horizon. Through Patreon, we're giving you, the viewer, an opportunity to support us financially in the ongoing production of AntipoDnD. Your support will go towards covering the costs involved in production, improving the quality of the show, and maybe even hiring additional help so that I can focus more on running the game instead of producing the show. In return for your support, you can choose to receive rewards such as your name in the closing credits, downloads of the tokens and battle maps that I make for the show, and stat blocks and descriptions for unique monsters and items for you to use in your own D&D games. If you can't support us financially, that's fine. We know that not everybody has that option. The show will always be free to watch as it is right now, and if all you can do is let us know that you're enjoying it, then that's more than enough to keep us going. But if you are able to help us with this journey, it would be greatly appreciated. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the Wandering Isles. And we are back. Our heroes have... I'm still having throat problems. I had the whole break to deal with this, and I'm still clearing my throat and coughing and so forth. What is wrong with me? Our heroes are in the tavern called Our Bears Aplenty, a theatre tavern in the town of Rivermeet. They have gathered for a meal and a drink and are now deciding what to do next.
Should we wait here until your performance. I'm not laughing. Your performance, Menericus. I'm sorry, it's not funny.
Well, that's fine. I'll be talking about us, so you guys have already experienced it.
Oh, telling stories, huh?
Oh, are you going to sing, or are you going to just like wax lyrical, or whatever it is you bards do?
Will there be shadow puppets?
You're not going to cry this time, are you?
Mm,
That was
we
kind
shall
of
see.
embarrassing.
We
That
shall
was
see.
kind of embarrassing last time.
I
I've got to
mean,
say.
that was a rough day.
Thank you for the.
When he come straight off, of course he bloody did. But like, you know,
Rough day.
Thanks
I got
for
time
the,
to prepare. Yeah.
Thanks for the emotional support there, Morzod. I'm really feeling the love here. Yeah, I mean, well, the performances start in the evening, right? It's lunch. We've still got half a day. Like we can sit here for half a day if you'd like.
I don't know what you need to do to prepare. I was just curious.
Well, I am the instrument, and I'm always in perfect tune. So we will
You're gonna put on like a costume. You're gonna wear something.
I might
nice,
do.
or you just,
I'll think about. I'll look through my backpack and see what I've got.
Please put on different hats as you play each of your party members.
You want to borrow mine?
I actually might.
That would be the easy one.
Oh, I had a question. I had a question about that. Brunhild. Does Brunhild wear the hat? You are messing up those braids if you continue to wear it, you know.
Brunhilda has actually not had the hat on since Orsi has done the hair, but she has been carrying it.
Right. So does she wear the hat? Or does she just carry the hat? And Dagmar...
Brunhild...
I just want to be consistent.
I think we're both going to wear the hat.
Okay.
Because Dagmar on the mainland did not wear a hat.
I see,
so I
double
think
disguise.
It should be fine.
Right. Well, didn't you send yourself a letter? Should we go find that?
Yeah, I do need to go and find a post office.
I need to go to the post office too. Let's do that. I've got a lot of letters to send.
Yeah, let's go find a post office where I will be Brunhilda.
Are you two coming? Or are you going to do something else?
Come along.
Sure.
Go on an adventure.
Let's go postal.
So,
that'll happen.
Are you going to ask for directions or just wander around town and hope you find the office, the post office?
How about I'll have Morzod trundle his way back up to the bar in the barkeep. And he will probably invest in a jug of ale to take with him, just a little one, you know. Also ask for post and letters. Where do we go for that in town? And
she says, the packet office. You will find it, and she gives you instructions.
And one last thing. I'm looking for a fellow named Bold Run. Do you know him?
Yes. What do you want with Bold Run?
Well, I heard he was a man of drink, and something I want to talk about. So hoping I could meet him.
Well, if Bowl's drinks have been recommended to you, then who am I to argue? You must have very particular tastes. Well, you are looking for a little shack called Bowl's Bevs, and you'll find it outside of town and she gives you directions.
Oh, thank you. Much obliged. And Morzod returns to the group with the directions to the post office.
Wonderful. Shall we?
Good work.
Okay, you all make your way to the packet office, which is actually a fairly sizable building. Looks like this kind of thing is taken quite seriously. There's a large sort of double door. There's actually a bulletin board outside with various announcements and that sort of thing.
Oh man, quests? Good quests?
Are you going to inspect it?
Maybe on the way out.
Okay. So,
sorry, can Morzod read? Can he read?
He can read.
Okay.
His handwriting is atrocious. That's not good at the writing, but he can sufficiently read.
Okay.
Okay, so who's going into the packet office?
All of us, four abreast.
Yeah, I think we're all going in.
Okay.
At the same time.
I'll loiter outside. I'll read the quest note or the notice board. While everyone else is sort of.
Has it got an exclamation mark over it? Because that's the dead giveaway.
Not
a little
quite.
Bird on it.
So we'll start with what takes place inside the packet office. So who's leading that?
Well, it's Brunhilde, of course.
Brunhilde, please, you first.
Okay. I guess I'm going to walk up to some sort of counter.
Yep, there is a counter. There is a young female elf behind it. She looks like, in human terms, she looks like she'd only be about 17 or 18 years old. Elf terms, that could be much older, but still quite young, for, in elf terms.
Yeah, look, hard sympathize. Yeah, go on.
She says, hello, can I help you?
Hi there. My name is Brunhilde, Deep Delver, and I'm expecting some mail.
Okay, Brunhilde, I'll see what we have. And she disappears, comes back a moment later with a familiar package and hands it over. It says, here you go. Do you have any way of proving your identity?
Now that's a funny story.
They did make those papers up, didn't they? I thought they did.
My identification is actually in this letter.
Okay, and she looks at the rest of you and says, the other two will vouch for this individual?
Oh yeah, she's my friend.
Yes, Brunhilde, yes.
Okay.
Been traveling with her for months, yes.
Okay, please sign here for delivery.
It's going to be a very crude, it's literally Brunhilde in block letters.
Yeah.
And I have probably spelled it with an A instead of an E.
And she looks and says, oh, interesting spelling. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. And I'm going to flee back to Orsi and Morzod.
Well, I'm going up to the counter too. Vatericus is outside if you want to speak to him.
No, I'm just going to stand behind Morzod and calm down.
Good job.
Hello, I have letters to send.
Oh yes. Well, this is the place. Where would you like to send them to?
He takes a stack out like this thick of just letters.
Oh my!
Taraj. I've been traveling
Yeah.
for a while.
Oh, back to the continent. Well, yes,
Please.
We can do that. It will be a bit pricey, I'm afraid.
That's fine.
All right. I'll actually need to get someone. I'll need to get someone else to take care of this. This is a bit above my station. You understand? So she disappears for a moment.
That's my supervisor.
Yes, yeah. Essentially, comes back with a human female who basically goes through it, weighs it up, and explains that they have a deal with the Oceanic Trading Company, and it'll come to for that much. Will come to about 2 gold to have it sent back to Tauras.
That with or without sea monster insurance.
Yeah, actually, good point, Warzord. How much is insurance?
Insurance would be another 2 gold.
That's fine. Shipping is just...
In case of Kraken.
And supervisor explains that the Oceanic Trading Company pretty much has a monopoly on this kind of thing, so they charge what they want.
Mm-hmm. It's the Australia Post of the Ocean. We're all thinking it. Yeah.
Surface shipping.
That's fine. They all do have the same address, so just
Okay, that'll make it easier when it gets there.
Good. I think that's everything. Morzol, did you need anything while we're here?
Oh no, I just wanted to come and have a look. They got many birds here?
No birds on the inside of the packet office, no.
Oh, Glow's
really
here.
Well, yeah,
She's
but
right.
I mean, send it
Oh,
post.
no, fine. Just a magical owl isn't enough for you, Rosie. It's fine.
The man wanted some standard pigeons.
My bad.
She's
Carrier
interested.
pigeons.
I've seen people send stuff by bird. You've sent stuff by bird.
I do.
Yeah. So that's why I was asking.
Do you have any carrier pigeons here?
She says, no, they proved to be too easy to intercept. We prefer to send our messages with people.
Oh.
That's fair. All right.
All right. Well, wonderful. About how long do letters take to get to Talraj?
Letter shipping. 6
months.
4 months.
I cannot say. The sea journey takes at least a month, but we cannot give any guarantee. A couple of months, maybe.
Cool. I think I put the return address as this post office here. Is it possible that you could also forward any mail to me to Providence? Is that possible?
Yes, there's a small fee for that, but we can do that.
That's fine. All right. However much it is, he'll pay.
Okay, whereabouts in Providence are you having it forwarded to?
To the Coruscant Academy, please.
Yep. They're fine with that, especially if you sort of show them your badge and say, sort of say, you are part of the academy, so they have no problem with that.
Cool. How much?
Of course, he walks into any building badge first.
The forwarding of material it's going to be a silver per month or a gold for a year.
I'll throw in a gold.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Postage. Did you say Biddy came in, or?
No, he's outside.
No, I'm checking
he's still outside.
the
Yep.
notice board.
Right.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, Vatericus, you're looking at various posters and so forth. Give me an investigation check.
Ooh. 18 total.
Ooh.
Okay. So there are various, obviously a few, there are a lot of notices here that are of little interest to anybody who isn't a local. Things like, so-and-so wishes to apologize to so-and-so, and so-and-so is a expletive, and that sort of thing. Somebody is paid. It's basically the classified section of the newspaper where people can just pay to have anything they want presented to anybody who walks past.
Deaths and marriages.
You do see that the captain of the guard of Rivermeet is looking for anyone who has interest in helping, responding to a request for an expedition into the Whispering Mires to try and deter.
That sounds like a fun place.
Yeah, it's sounds like a marshland, probably somewhere near Rivermeet, to try and work out why some people have been going missing there. There is an ad for Bowls Bevs, which says, for a magical, unforgettable experience, with directions that Morzot has already been given. But these all barely catch your attention, because the largest poster, and it also looks quite new, has a great big "wanted" on the top. It specifically says, alive and well, no bounty if otherwise. And there is a drawing of a dwarf, a rather familiar dwarf. There's no hat, no beard, no elven braids, but you recognize this as someone you journeyed to the Wandering Isles with. Written, and the drawing is extremely well done, and it says in very large letters, Dagmar Amberforge.
Oh, not Morglik, or whatever his name was. Not our other dwarven friend.
No.
Right.
And it goes on to say, her family fears greatly for her safety and her mental health. May be out of her mind. Please treat her well, but return her to the nearest Dwarven Stonehold or embassy. Reward 10,000 gold pieces.
Worth more than that? Bloody hell.
I know, right?
Sorry, I said that in the Mozart voice,
Dust
but
in my
not
hair.
as...
Yeah, you're fancy.
Mozart obviously hasn't seen it yet, but yeah.
Interesting. I would like to take that wanted poster.
Okay, you're just going to pull it down?
Quietly, like as inconspicuously as possible.
Let's make this a stealth check, please. With disadvantage because you are in a rather popular thoroughfare. A lot of people travel this way.
Okay. So it's not like a back alley that the post office is sort of attached to the back of. In that case, then I probably won't take it. Actually, no, I will. I've said I will. Let's roll.
Okay.
Let's go. Roll.
If anyone asks, you just think she's so beautiful.
That is an 8 total.
8.
Ripperoni.
Okay. Even as you're reaching up to it, immediately somebody, a huge red dragonborn, steps up and says, "Hey, what do you think you're doing?"
My apologies. I'm my memory's not so good. Do you have a smaller version of this that I can take with me?
No. Copy it down if you need to.
Yes, that is an excellent idea. Thank you, sir. And I'm going to pull out my notebook and draw a quick sketch of a face I know reasonably well at this stage.
And he's now watching you very intently.
Okay. In that case, then, I assume the Baldwin ad has like the little ticker thingies at the bottom that you can pull off.
Yes, let's say it does.
Perfect. I'm going to grab one of those, nod politely to the Dragonborn, and walk off.
And we're going to come out of the post office and we're going to be like,
spell list real quick.
We left him right here. We should have tied a bell to him.
Yeah, we need to like leash, outside, like the doggy to stop.
What time of day are we up to?
Backpacks with the teddy bear and the.
It's about 1 in the afternoon.
Okay, so dancing lights aren't going to be visible from a decent distance. All right, well, I'll quietly shoot my mage hand into the post office while I'm wandering off.
Okay.
All right, so what's the hand look like and what's it doing?
Just
that's a good point.
Disembodied in the middle of the day.
We're kind of familiar with them by now.
You're just stacking like the conspicuous.
Actually, that is going to be a little
I'm
conspicuous.
very curious about.
Hand isn't invisible.
Very curious about what this hand is going to do.
Seriously.
Okay, no, that's okay. I can make the mage hand appear within 30 feet. So a like hairy, nondescript, sort of wet-looking hand just sort of appears on Orsi or next to Orsi's other shoulder, not the glow shoulder, the other shoulder. And is just going to do a quick wait.
It's wet looking. Is it wet feeling?
It just looks wet. I guess. Like I guess it feels wet too. But
hang on. Okay, it doesn't scream.
Roll for detect hand.
I think he. There's just like. It recognizes it fast enough to be one of Vatericus's nightmare drowned shades.
Yep. So it's just going to do a quick wait. And so then I'm going to wander off.
Put that down.
It is really slimy.
Hide that up.
Yeah. And I guess it disappears because I'm going to move more than 30 feet away, I would imagine. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. But I'm going to... Is the Dragonborn still watching me as I leave the...
Yes.
The post office? Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Intently.
Are they following as I move away?
April, you're going to say something?
Oh, no. You go.
Okay. Sorry, what was the last thing you said, Doug?
Are they following as I move away?
No, they are standing at the just outside the entrance to the post office, but keeping their eyes on you.
It's a shame.
May not take the poster, sir.
Morzord and Brunhild. Brunhilda or Brunhilda or Brunhilda?
Brunhilda.
Brunhilda? Okay.
Brunhilda.
Brun. I'm gonna call you Brun. I think
you call me Hilda.
I'm gonna lift up one of the fingers of the mage hand if it's still there for a little bit. I think Vitericus is in not trouble, but he's doing something.
As I'm walking away, if I get to a point where the Dragonborn's line of sight is no longer looking at the post office, the slimy hand is going to tap Orsi's shoulder somewhat insistently and then go.
No, it's like, what's his face from Adam's Family?
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Which one of us is better then?
Oh, let's go. Come on. Out. We're done.
All right. Yep.
Yes. So that's what I'm going to do there.
Orsi will walk out. I assume the others are following.
Yeah, we'll come out and meet him, I guess.
Yeah.
There's Vinny.
The hand is going to point you away from me.
Cool. I will can I have the hand hide it in my sleeve a little bit so the Dragonborn doesn't sleeve? See?
Well, they should be looking at me, hopefully.
Do I have to sleight of hand the hand?
I've just done a roll, and as the three of you step out of the office, the Dragonborn does glance at you, and then just looks back at Vitericus.
I suppose we
God,
will
casually shimmering hair.
I've just realized why Vinny's trying to keep the guy's attention.
Yeah. Casually walk, just chatting, pretending to chat.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. Also eyeing the hand with a faintly disgusted.
Orsi's skin is crawling right now. It's like a hand in his sleeve that's not his.
How visible is the notice board and the very big prominent poster?
You would have to turn around and look at it. Walk up to it.
Right, so it's not like if we were taking a stroll sort of on our path or anything.
It's there. But
if we were to glance over at it, would we happen to notice that there's a picture of Dags on it?
Give me a perception check to see how clearly your eyes, your orc eyes, or your orc eye and your human eye, one of each. I don't know.
No. It's that's not how it works. Puppet squares. So perception, you said?
Yeah.
Perception.
Slightly orc eyes. See.
My at least 50% orky eyes. 17.
17. You do see a poster where it's hard to make out what's written, but you do see the big word "wanted," and you do see a drawing of a apparently female dwarf with familiar hair.
Okay. Morzord kind of squinting over at that.
Mage hand is going to fly out of Orsi's sleeve and just tug a little on Morzord's armor, pecs, whatever's exposed.
That's the trouble.
Yeah, it's like
chest hair.
Yeah. Oh, it's just.
Come on, we've got a lunch date. Let's go.
All right. No.
Touch it.
Cool. So the mage hand will fade out as we get more than 30 feet apart, and I will make my way back to Owlbears Aplenty.
Okay.
Yep, I guess that's where we're headed at. Back to Owlbears.
Meet back.
Yep.
Circle back.
Yep. The red dragonborn stays at the post office and is continuing to. He watches you as you leave Vitericus, but doesn't pursue.
Perfect.
Did we get a peek of what he was wearing? Was he like a guard or?
He was wearing. They look like work clothes. You get the impression he works at the post office. He might have been the one.
Okay.
He might have been the one who just put the poster up.
Nice work. Yeah, cool.
Probably the dude who lifts the crates.
Yeah, I guess we circle back to the tavern.
All right,
Do we see the Vitericus there? You there?
Back in our corner.
Yeah.
I suspect I took the long way back, so I suspect you guys get there before I do.
I assume he'll be back in a second.
go for our hearth table. What was with that? Was that manky hand of his?
He wanted our attention. Probably did something it wasn't supposed to. Ptericus.
It did feel like it was trying to say something. I just don't speak dead hand.
It had hairy knuckles. It was disgusting.
What?
Are your knuckles hairy? He meant no offense.
No, I was just checking.
Hairs on your palm that mean you're insane, isn't it?
I think so.
The other sign is checking for them.
I mean, it can't be. I don't have any, and I am insane. So, I mean,
I was going to say, you looked very...
I don't know where he got that shade from, but it was slimy.
Oh, it was nasty.
I will slide back into the tavern and casually walk up to the bar as though nothing happened and say, friend, I have an idea for a stage performance I'd like to run by you for tonight. To the Tabaxi working the counter. Assuming it's still the Tabaxi.
Yep, she's still there. And she says, excellent, let's hear it.
Wonderful. Well, I have something of I guess you'd call it a dramatic reading of the adventures of a number of heroes in the area. Braving Mercer's Pass, fighting ancient ghosts, that sort of thing.
And she says, oh, how interesting. Mercer's Pass, you say?
Yes.
I've heard many things about great horrors in that place.
All wonderfully worthy of story.
I see. Well, I'm sure our customers will be interested and delighted by your tale when the time comes. Certainly, you will be... She goes through her notes and says, second on the bill tonight.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And I'll order something fruity, and then I assume I'd clock these guys and I'll go hang out with them.
Lily Temple with 2 cherries.
Wonderful. And I'm going to sit down and go, Morzod, good news. I found your grog wizard.
Hey, did you?
Yeah, hang on. And I'm going to check my pockets, pull out the thing and go, here you go. Here's the directions to his place.
Morzod, squinty. You can see him mouthing the letters. Yeah, that's the same. It's the same as what the barkeep said. Yeah, I was thinking, awesome. Before we head out again, I wouldn't mind going over there and seeing what's over there. But
is he actually a wizard? You know how long it takes to become a wizard? Is he a wizard?
Well, look, I was just asking about drinks, but that Minotaur fella we was talking to thought that he might be interesting to talk to. I mean, if he is a wizard, wouldn't you be wanting to maybe see what he does as well?
Not all wizards are worth talking to for me, but sure, I'll tag along.
I'm interested in the grog wizard.
It'll be a good time. Who knows?
Anyway.
Yes, that brings me to the second thing I found.
Yeah, what was the hand? That was disgusting.
It was gross.
It was grabby.
Dagmar, why does somebody think you're worth 10,000 gold?
I think you're worth 10,000 gold.
Thank you. You'll notice that Dagmar is furiously scratching at her mutton chops. Why would you ask that?
Oh, no reason. Just the giant wanted poster outside the post office.
That's what you were doing.
Sorry?
Big poster, wanted, dead or alive. No. Alive and well. Dagmar Amberforge, 10,000 gold.
I saw a picture, but I wasn't sure.
Right. Yes. You know how we're doing the whole Brunhilde thing?
Yes.
There's a reason.
I see.
And it's dreadfully boring and no one should ask about it.
I mean, you did mention.
I think I've only talked about it with Orsi so far.
And once again, 3 players in the party say challenge accepted.
Which one of us had the dream? Who had the wedding dream?
Had the dream, and Orsi asked about why I'm skittish about dwarves.
Oh, okay.
That's Wedding dream was Morzod.
Was Morzod's special day? Yeah.
Yeah. So the rest of the crew knew that he dreamed that he was in a pretty dress, but that was about it.
Yeah, I don't think any of us shared the dreams we had, other than the Zarasa one. Yeah.
Quietly creeped out.
Dagmar, you don't have to talk about it here, but you did mention something like this to me that one time.
Yeah. Didn't know if it would come up, to be honest. What else did the poster say?
Nothing in particular. They just want you back. 10,000 gold to whoever turns you into the nearest dwarf hold or embassy.
It's a stone hold, Vaterica. It's not a dwarf hold.
It holds dwarfs. It's fine. It's a dwarf hold. It's like the elf holds or the human holds. Like it's just.
I dare you to go to an elven citadel and call it an elf hold. See what happens.
I'd watch that.
10,000 is really low.
It is.
Hey.
I was being nice.
Yeah.
So yes, and the reason we sort of had a minor discussion by Mage Hand is I was clocking some attention from a red dragonborn, big fella, kind of pretty, but you know, beside the point. Yes, was looking very closely at me, and so if you came out and spoke to me, might have clocked you.
Ooh.
What did
And here
the
we are.
picture look like?
I mean, it
no
looked
elven
kind
braids.
of familiar. Looked kind of familiar from a
In
distance.
fact, it looked like this because I drew a sketch because that was what the dragonborn told me to do.
Oh,
Okay.
sweet.
Oh, that's pretty good. I didn't know
You
you
got a
did
really
it.
good picture of me.
What are your drawing skills like? Can we roll for?
Yeah. Give me a
Is that a
dexterity.
performance?
A
Roll for
dexterity.
stick
Dexterity?
figure.
I think it's just a dexterity.
Next check.
Yeah, do it. Do it.
No, that is a 9 total.
It's could be Dagmar. It could be any of a number of other dwarves or gnomes or halflings, maybe some humans.
Well, I'd put
Definitely
it
not
on
an
the
orc.
icebox. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look.
Uh,
Yeah,
Suspect
it's
is
definitely
hatless.
you. Yeah, suspect is indeed hatless. Repeat, hatless.
It's a character trait now.
Cool. Well,
I
it
think
doesn't describe me.
No, you should be fine as long as you're not standing in front of the poster when somebody is looking at it and you.
Anyone have a spell for, like, beard?
If you want to buy that disguise self scroll, I could spend like 7 hours learning it.
Mum always said it was about eating all your vegetables.
Orsi,
could do
forgive me, but
both.
isn't the problem with that it's disguise self, not disguise friend?
Ah, good point. You see,
Oh.
I don't dabble in this sort of magic.
But
It's below me.
What if we disguised Ozzy as a dwarf and then handed him in and got the money?
then Orsi would have to go back to a stonehold, and that would suck
I can't do that.
for Orsi.
We can stop the spell once we've got the money and then just be like, oh, I don't know, she's gone off somewhere, I'm an elf.
I don't like dwarven architecture. It's all square.
It is very brutalist.
It's no offense.
No, I dig that though. Not Morzod, that's just me.
Hang on. He's just gonna flip. You can have glow on your shoulder. You could look like a pirate.
Could look like a pirate.
Sure.
I mean, it's a nice seafaring hat.
What's your favorite color?
Mine?
Yeah.
I mean, mine is yellow, but should I intentionally do the opposite of whatever Dagmar wants to do?
Oh, that's a good.
Moving forward, some of your disguise training, you don't necessarily have to make everything different. Lots of people have a favorite color, yellow.
That's true.
Orsi will have Glow sit in front of him, and he's going to run his hands over her, and she's going to turn like a pretty mustard yellow color.
Her skin or her outfit? Or
No,
her hair?
her feathers.
Oh, okay, I missed the glow bit. Sorry.
She's a bird, yeah.
Little
Yeah, no.
mustard owl.
If you want, I could find her a tiny outfit, but I don't know.
That'd be real cute.
I mean, I would love that, but I think having a random yellow owl on my shoulder will probably help.
So it's like a Dijon mustard speckled instead of brown. It's like a yellowy color.
Biddy, do you know about beards?
Look, at this point, it should be fine. Just keep the hat on and low. and don't stand directly in front of any wanted posters for Dagmar Amberforge.
And it does, Dagmar, it does look like, you are growing a beard at the moment. It is starting
coming in.
Yeah, it is starting to appear.
Yeah, look, unless you want me to keep a fog cloud around you for the next, 10 minutes, that's all I got.
Oh, I think that might be conspicuous inside.
Yes.
So I'm just,
like I said, it should be fine. We'll be fine.
I'm just gonna pick up my hat and apologize profusely as I put it over the beautiful braids.
It's fine.
But there's still lots of loopies down here, right?
Oh, it's gorgeous. I do fantastic work.
As you put the hat on, even though Glow is tiny, the hat is starting to interfere, and Glow's head is just sort of down on the side, and
I know,
just
darling.
keeps sort of
I'm sorry.
glancing up and occasionally sort of pecking at the hat.
It's sit on the top of the hat.
I want to pat her to reassure her, but I have really bad animal handling.
I mean, she's not an animal, so maybe it'll be fine.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, what do you roll for Fae handling?
Roll for Ow.
What would she like? Roll a... I feel like it'd be Arcana. She's a Fae.
What's my Arcana? Oh, I've got better Arcana than I do animal handling.
Okay.
My Arcana is -1.
Roll Arcana for me, just for fun.
I got a 10 in Arcana.
You've got a 10. So Dagmar does realise that this is not an owl. It is a strange creature from another realm, disguised as an owl. And so you basically just turn and look at Glow in the face and smile. And with that, Glow suddenly realises that yes, this is a friend. And Glow, you get the impression that Glow is sort of going, okay, anything for Orsie's friend.
Aww.
Wonderful.
I'll take a low-key friend admission.
Perfect.
He didn't say it out loud, so it doesn't count, yeah.
We vibed.
What? Yeah, we vibed.
What
time of the
is this the outfit that you left in, or have you changed gear since then?
No, Dagmar bought a new outfit when we were at.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was in the outfit I left home in, and it was getting real scungy. I bought a change of clothes at the last place we're at.
Yeah,
Heroes Reach.
And that they were fairly plain workers' clothes, as I remember.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Excellent. So we shouldn't have any problem with anyone recognizing your outfit. Your hair is different. You're growing a beard. Just please don't stand in front of wanted signs.
You have an owl.
I have an owl.
And I have an owl.
Now people aren't going to know who I am.
And the goggles.
We're all in disguise. Oh, and I have goggles.
Yes.
Mm.
Okay, perfect. Excellent. But
I have a very convincing accent. So
this is also true.
Oh, Vitaricus, you missed her wonderful... Oh, my goodness. You missed her wonderful performance in the package office.
It was
voice papers now.
Putting a voice on and everything.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Well, we will have to work on expanding your paper collection, Brynhilda, but we should be fine for now.
What time is it, by the way? What are we at?
It's now getting on to just 2 in the afternoon. Still a lot of the day to go.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I don't really want to go and see the Coruscant Academy right now, so.
Oh, well. I mean, Vinny, was there anywhere you wanted to go?
Right here. So I'm pretty much happy. Did we need to go and see your grog wizard?
Did you want?
Oh, well.
Easy up on the wizard. We can go and see them if you want.
Grog sorcerer. What? Grog magic user.
Totally. Warlock's fine.
Grog
druid.
Grog fella. Well, look, if we got nowhere else to go, I mean, the day's still a bit young, and then we can come back and have some dinner and watch Vinny tell stories and.
Absolutely, let's do that.
Hey.
Yeah. I guess I'm gonna keep the hat extra low, but yes.
Good practice for you.
Okay.
Hildy.
I think Glow will sit
very close to all of the tools.
Yeah, Glow's gonna sit on top of the hat.
Cool. Glow seems much happier with that arrangement.
Very nice. Very nice.
Okay, so Morzod, with the instructions you were given, you lead the crew to Bowls Bevs. It is a stone building outside the town. You have to go through one of the gates. The gates are open. They're not checking traffic as it goes through. You're free to come and go. It's a just a wooden wall that surrounds the town. It's not a proper stone fortress. The Bowls Bevs it's a stone building with lots of space around it. It looks like people have deliberately not built or not put up homes close to this place. There is a sign in handwritten and very rough, basically just saying Bowls Bevs, drinks for the adventurous.
Like I say. Alrighty, well, Mozart strolls on up to the door, just like normal front door, fancy door, what we got?
It's a very normal wooden door. Yeah.
Alright. It's got a knocker?
Yep.
Alright, Mozart's got a knock.
Okay. Knock, knock, knock. You hear, just a second! And then, you hear lots of locks being, eventually the door opens up and you see this halfling. He's bald, beardless, and it seems to have like a burn scar on one side of his face. He's wearing very plain clothes, but a black apron. And looks up and you says, "Yeah, I'm Baldwin. You want a drink?"
You're right, I do. I was very interested to meet you, Mr. Baldwin.
Oh, excellent. Come on in.
Alrighty. Mozart striding cheerfully across the threshold.
You stride into a very dark room. There are no windows open. The only light is coming through the door behind you. It looks more like an alchemical lab than a bar. There are, bottles. There are what we would talk about, like a chemistry set. There are all these different materials all around.
Things.
Yeah, just glass things with things in them everywhere. And there are things hanging from the ceiling, including some sort of dried animal parts and mummified hands, and it's a very strange place. It is certainly the weirdest bar you've ever been to. There are, and that's saying a lot. There are doors.
A lot of bars, but yeah.
There are closed doors that probably lead to other parts of the house, but this is the public place. Then he says, "All right, look, we got some chairs. Take a seat, and look, there's the menu." And points up, and there's another hastily scrawled sign, and says "drinks." And there are just 3 options. First one says, makes you magic, 20 gold pieces. Makes you better, 50 gold pieces. Just for fun, 1 gold piece.
What do you think of that, Ozzy?
I'm a little concerned.
Can you get magic from a drink? Because you said it was reading, but...
yes? No, you can.
I show you, you can. See? I've made these drinks. These are my design. Yes, I use a secret ingredient, which I can't tell you about. But yeah, you'll drink the magic ones. You'll get magic. Doesn't last forever, but you get magic you can use. You'll drink the better ones. Then you get better. Something about you becomes better. Again, just for a time. It's not permanent. You drink fun ones. Something fun happens. Not entirely sure. It varies. But I guarantee none of these will kill you. Maybe some side effects. None will kill you. Promise.
I mean, it's a good promise. Don't kill you.
I think Orsi can't really look him in the eye too well.
I mean, some of the boomer uncles would make, it might kill you. So you're thinking, oh, interesting.
You want drink?
Yeah, no, I'm interested in trying, but I was also sort of interested in well, in your process, what you're doing, because I was asking around for someone who knows a lot about fancy booze, and yeah, we got given your name because I'm sort of kind of interested in it. How'd you learn to do it?
He says, "Oh, it's something well, it was a happy accident. I can't really tell you the process. It's not illegal. It's perfectly legal, but it's secret. You understand? I don't want others stealing my secrets."
I guess that's fair. What? Tell you what, I want to try the fun one.
Okay.
Yep.
I kind of want to try the fun one.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to kick him a gold.
Horsey is going to pass.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Three of
us slapping it down, Aussie in the background, being mum.
Oh, man. Sober Bob.
That is
Doesn't drive you idiots home.
Aussie's
I guess
Dezo,
that's true. Yeah.
3. That is 3 just for fun drinks.
Yep. Yep.
So the first thing you notice, each of you, is it's a pleasant taste. A bit. There's something about it you can't quite pick. It has a sort of slightly bitter, almost a bit of like an irony taste about it. But it's also, there's a sweet sort of fruity thing happening. So everybody who is drinking just for fun, please roll 1d4 for me.
1d4, let's go. Calprop.
While they're doing that, how bad is the scar on his face? Is it pretty gnarly?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I got a 3.
Horsey's going to avoid eye contact.
That is a 1 for Vitericus.
Okay.
What'd you roll, Dags?
Dagmar?
3.
3. Oh, wow. Okay.
3 as well. Double 3.
Well, that is going to be...
Yeah, we wanted all different ones. Yeah.
That is going to be very interesting. So...
Oh, man.
Vitericus, please roll 1d10 for me.
Ooh, fun.
Okay. I've got like the Zelda potion shop theme in my head.
That is a 4.
Okay. Vitericus, your hair and every bit of hair on your body suddenly becomes emerald green.
Nice.
Vitericus probably doesn't notice this because Vitericus is, enjoying the drink, but the rest of you see this happen.
Dags, look at that.
But then,
Cool.
moments later, wow. So,
Oh my god. All of it falls out.
all 4 of you, including you, Aussie, experience a sudden change in perspective, as though you've teleported to somewhere else in the room. And as you look around, you see there's your body.
Oh no.
And they are also looking around a bit confused. So let's see who has ended up in whose body.
No.
No, I don't like that at all.
Dagmar.
I have plans.
Dagmar,
Yes.
give me a d6. 1 to 2,
Oh, no.
you're in Vitericus's body. 3 to 4, you're in Aussie's body. 5 to 6, you're in Morzod.
I want you to be in Morzod because he's the biggest. Yeah, he's the biggest.
So,
where am I at?
you swap bodies.
Cool.
Morzod, you are now in Dagmar's body. Dagmar, you are now in Morzod's body. And Vitericus and Aussie, because of the way it's all worked, it sort of goes Morzod into Vitericus, but because 2 of you drank the body swapping thing, it gets complicated. And basically, Vitericus and Aussie have swapped bodies now, and Dagmar and Morzod have swapped bodies, and you are now all just looking at each other. And
I immediately check under Aussie's robes. What's he wearing?
Touch my ears. They're short. No, he's good. Shut up.
and the other thing is for each of you who've had a drink, I need you to roll 1d20 for me, please.
Oh my goodness.
D20. I love this.
Dagmar is also touching Morsod's chest a bit.
Oh,
I feel like I'm going to die. I feel like I'm dying.
Faster than I can literally feel myself dying.
I can literally feel myself aging.
God, I'm mortal.
I got 11.
My ears. How do you hear anything with these things?
Oh,
No, don't look under
so
there.
high up. How the bloody hell do you see over tables?
Oh my god, I'm so little.
So you get
You're really big.
let's get those d20 rolls, please.
I'm 18.
6
11
for
for me.
Vitaricus.
Okay. Morzod?
11.
11. Okay, so only Vitaricus experiences a side effect, so please roll d6 for me, Vitaricus.
Wait, is it Vitaricus' and Orsi's body is experiencing the side effect,
Yep.
or is it Vitaricus' body?
D6, sorry?
Yes, please.
Ruining me.
That is a 1, so Orsi is in for a rough night.
Perfect. Now,
Dude.
roll d20 for me, Vitaricus.
Stop! It doesn't end.
Tables in tables, I love it.
This might actually be good for you, Orsi.
That is a 17.
17. Okay. So, Vitaricus, just as you realize what's happened and that you are in Orsi's body and you're starting to think, oh, I can find out what's under the robe, your perspective changes again. And all of a sudden you can see much more around you. It's as though your vision has expanded.
Oh my goodness.
And you feel very strange. The rest of you, now where Orsi's body was, there is now an emu.
My beautiful
What
body!
the hell is that?
So am
What is
I
that?
like,
What is
have my
that?
stats gone emu or am I Vitaricus? But
You are polymorphed into an emu. You have Vitaricus's knowledge and experience and memories, but you have the intelligence of an emu, so it's going to be very hard to act on your intelligent thought processes.
perfect.
That's a bird. That's a bird. That's some
Morsod,
kind of bird.
you need to ride him.
I'm going to run out the door because I'm in an
Don't you
enclosed space.
dare!
And I don't really like that.
Because I'm
Don't, that's
royal.
me! That's my body! Don't you dare touch it!
It's an Aussie bird.
Yeah, I'm gone.
As this happens, Baldrian says, "No refunds! Promise you won't die!"
Oh my god, I go tearing off after him in Vitaricus' body.
Are Orsi's clothes also transformed, or are they on the floor?
No, polymorph
Yeah,
transforms everything. as far as I
polymorph
know, yeah.
transforms everything, yep.
I don't have my spell books! I
Has
can't
the
cast any
emu got
magic.
any underpants? This is very important. Does the emu have underpants?
No, all the
No, it
clothing and
turns into an
stuff
emu.
gets transformed, yeah.
Right, okay.
And so,
Give away that. Are we still body swapped?
yep, Morzod, in Dagmar's body,
Yep.
Glow on your head is freaking out.
Oh my
You know,
god.
what
Yeah,
has
I bet she
happened
is.
to Orsi?
Oh right, I've got a
go.
governor on me now too, don't I?
Oh my gosh.
Yep, you've
Yeah,
The
you
governor
got
is
Barry.
unfazed.
Dagmar. Yeah, you are now
Barry,
you are
Barry
now
probably gets no
huge,
shit.
and you have a magnificent chest and a goanna on your back.
This is wicked.
If I go to
Dex,
grab
Dex,
Glow,
Dex.
is she gonna bite me?
Probably.
bird.
Give me. This is very interesting. Because it's a question of whether your magical abilities are attached to your soul or your body, and I think it would be your soul.
Doesn't-
So your
It's
connection,
attached to my book. I
yeah.
don't
So
have
your
anything.
connection to Glow. Just give me an Arcana check. We'll see what happens.
Does
Oh,
it
no.
transcend time and space? Because love is the strongest force in the universe. 14.
14 is enough.
Okay,
So
thank God.
there is a moment where Glow sort of looks at you and sees Vitaricus, but then as you try to sort of speak to Glow, immediately the connection is restored and Glow understands
Oh.
who you are.
It's Daddy. Daddy's here.
Bad Wi-Fi. Bad Wi-Fi.
Okay, I'm gonna go tearing off after Vitaricus. Or was he?
Okay.
I'm super quick now. I'm an emu.
Oh.
That's the fastest bird I've ever seen.
Should we?
Hawks.
I guess I'm gonna try and follow after, but I'm not gonna be.
Oh man, you'd be like tripping over your own feet and everything because he used his tiny legs. What?
Yeah, so much leg.
What is that? I can't keep up. I've got these wee short legs. Dags, how do you do this?
My perspective is also probably fucked.
Depth perception.
Yeah, you guys are the best ones to transform together. That's great.
I think we should hold hands.
Need a baby carrier.
What's Veterimi doing? Or Seamew? There's something in there.
Pity emu.
Well, Orsi in Vetericus's body is doing whatever Orsi wants to do. The emu is running about.
What's the emu doing?
Tell me, is the emu just going to flee? You're outside.
Yeah, basically. I was inside an enclosed space. That wasn't great. And then I've bolted. I assume I sort of slowed down a little bit once I was out, but then some lunatic with green hair came barging out of the thing after me.
I forgot about the green hair.
Gone. Okay.
Wait, before we go after the emu, I turn back to Grog Wizard. Be like, how long does this usually last?
It says, oh, this is me double checking. I want to get this right.
Oh man.
24 hours.
What?
We turned into an emu. Now we never know what is underneath his robe.
Yeah, now Ozzy's gonna have to perform at the tavern.
Oh shit!
That's right. I need to roll. I need to roll for the duration. Huh. Okay. So he says, the buddy swap thing, a few hours. You'll be fine. The polymorph, that's not really supposed to happen, but yeah, it does sometimes. But again, an hour or so should be fine.
Okay.
So the polymorph could wear off pretty quick. That's good.
Yeah. Like I said, nothing permanent, no permanent damage here, just for fun.
All right, I'm gonna go try and.
I'm gonna open Dagmar's. I'm gonna reach down to Dagmar and open her coin pockety thing and flick him another silver because I fucking like being tall. Thank you.
What's he doing?
Thank you. Have a good day.
I'm gonna go out and like Jurassic World this emu.
Oh man.
Okay. Now I need animal handling.
Oh boy.
Do I use my stats, right? Not
you can still use Orsi. You can still use Orsi's stats.
Animal handling. Where the heck is my animal hand? Oh, there it is. It's +2. Oh, a dirty 20, +20.
Dirty 20. Okay.
I need a cocktail called that. Hang on a minute.
I want a wizard stranglehold this emu and try to get it to turn back.
Okay, Vetericus emu. This strange green-haired thing that looks vaguely familiar to you. It looks like it should be nice to you. It actually might be your favorite person in the world, come to think of it, but it comes up to you and it is very carefully trying to show and you're getting the message, this creature is not a threat to you. It might actually have something for you, maybe food.
Terrible hair.
Yeah. So also you are now within grappling range of the emu. Are you going to try to grapple it?
No, can I like How to Train Your Dragon it? Like,
I've not seen that.
Oh, the famous
sorry.
scene where he like puts his hand out and the dragon puts his head in his hand.
Okay, you can try. What is
you can watch it. It's so cute.
What does the emu do?
I want to just reach out my hand.
Anecdotal thing. My dad had pet emus as a kid, and he'd actually play chase with them through the grapevines, and like you'd run up.
Yeah, they're very playful, but
friendly if you're friends with them.
So is this going to be like opposed to another animal handling check, or like?
No, I'll just let you decide.
Do you want to be handled?
Yeah, that's a good question. I feel like I do kind of. I'm still a bit skittish though.
He likes animals. He's not going to hurt you. Come on.
No, but like, you're not like You're not offering me anything. It's just you're a pretty looking person, so I'm sort of.
What's Vatericus got on his body? Does he have rations? What do emus eat? Do they eat jerky? Probably. They're horrible creatures. What do they got?
I'm gonna quick Google what do emus eat.
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
Does he got like a pocket full of mealy worms or something?
Surprisingly, Vatericus doesn't just carry worms loose in a pocket.
Flowers
I am a
and
little bit
seeds,
surprised. Oh, okay.
some grass, herbs. Oh,
Surely.
Yep. And you're actually in a grassy field now, on the edge of town, so there is grass around.
Just gonna gently like reach down, like not break eye contact, rip some up, and come on.
hey, tasty
Come here.
grass. Tasty, tasty grass.
That's sufficient. I'll peck that out of my own hand.
Yeah.
Well, Dags Mozod is watching from the door, just like this scene, whatever's going on.
Good evening.
I think
Good bird.
we just assuming that they've swapped bodies as well because we don't actually know.
I feel like Mozart and Dags would definitely have realized that bit at least, but not sure about anything beyond that.
Orsi's just praying that the polymorph wears off before the body swap, so...
Are you sure? Are you sure about that?
Like, either way is bad, but at least he doesn't have to be an
being
emu.
a bird with long legs.
I have long legs! These ones aren't mine.
All right. Well, I'm just going to hang out now that I'm sufficiently placated. I'm just going to hang out in the field and sort of peck at the grass and loiter. I'm not just going to hang around with Vatericus.
I'll just pet him. If I look at his legs, is the left side a little bit banged up?
Yeah, just a little, slightly scarred.
Oh dear. I'm just gonna pat him.
I'm gonna lift Dagmar for fun.
Oh.
That's weird.
I know, right?
Oh.
Gonna do like this.
No, I'm gonna be sick.
Up, down.
Am I thirsty?
So strong.
Is Orsi feeling very thirsty as a human? Like, how often did they drink? He still doesn't know.
It's like they're muttering about what do you think?
Well, I mean,
The other two non-humans have no idea.
probably not. You've just had a drink after lunch where you had a drink, so...
Just gonna pat Vatericus emu. I can feel myself dying. You deal with this every day.
Contented emu grunts.
A horrible life you live.
Jeez. What do you reckon, Dags? We should get some more of this drink.
I am like totally a fan of whatever is happening. We should like invest in this guy.
I don't have my spell book, but polymorph, if you could wear off, that would be great.
Give me an Arcana check, Orsi.
13.
13. You do know from what you learned at the academy that a polymorphed creature, if its hit points, mechanically speaking, are reduced to 0, the polymorph will end.
Oh no, he's so conflicted. He's a vegan. That's his body.
And yeah, I was going to say we're going to give him the wizard interrogation treatment. I don't think you should really.
What are you doing over there? You?
Also, if you tried to fight an emu, I'm not sure that you'd win.
Almost
No one
certainly
wins
not.
against emus.
I mean, it's
machine
not my
guns
body
don't work
getting-
against emus.
Yeah,
It's not my body getting fucked up, so...
We lost that war.
Look, I'm just gonna sit here with... I'm Orsi. I'm just gonna sit here with me, who's an emu, who's also Vatericus, until it wears off.
They did change over. What about that, eh?
I feel horrible.
Your hair looks nice.
You're
It's not mine. But sure.
Well, I mean,
thanks.
his hair, I guess. But no, it's a nice colour. I like green.
Does he have anything on him? What's he got on him?
Oh man, check
Wait.
your own pocket.
You should look through his
So-
stuff.
Yeah, what's he got?
All right. So I've got my sword. I've got my gaudy dagger. I've got my rusty shiv. I've got that Tarthian mask that you've not asked for back yet.
Oh, I forgot about this. That's
Which
mine.
is a real
Putting
pain
it
in the
on
ass. Damn it!
Putting it on the grass.
apparently I picked up a goblin grenade at some point.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's not safe.
There's some shitty jewelry in there.
Yeah, the cheap ring, or the ring and the
I
Desmina
just
necklace.
stand up and like shake his coat. Does just stuff fall out?
I'm gonna look through his shitty jewelry and just tut with the deepest of disdain.
It's disgusting, isn't it?
I'm
Foul
admiring
creature.
Viterica
the chops.
Viterica Emu. There is a round object now, about this large, on the ground. It looks delicious.
Oh no.
Good, I'm going to give that a peck.
Oh my god.
What is it?
Also,
What is it?
emu is trying to eat the grenade.
Oh, no, don't eat that, don't eat that, don't eat that.
Animal handling,
aggressive
please.
grunts as you try to take it away, yeah.
No.
Whoa. I wouldn't mind growing some shops like this.
17! That's good. What's he good with
17.
animals?
This is nice.
I
Okay,
think it look great with chops.
Viterica Emu, just roll a straight d20 for me, please.
I'm scared. Please don't
Nat
blow up
20,
my
here
body.
we come. Ah, it's a 15.
Oh,
It's only 15. Orsi is able to snatch the grenade away before you swallow it.
Oh my god, putting that back. How dare you hang on to this? I forgot about this. I told you to give it back to me.
I'm going to peck at the mask too.
I guess it's shiny.
Basically, a giant.
Do I accidentally activate the dissonant whispers into myself as the emu?
Oh shit!
I think I have to be wearing it.
That's a lovely thought.
I think someone's gonna wear it.
But that's not how the mask works.
God, we'd never see him again.
Ooh, there is the drift globe though. If you just shook out my pockets, there's another little spherical object sitting there that I'm going to peck at.
Aren't drift gloves pretty big? It's like an egg, right? Like they're pretty big.
Maybe I'll sit on it.
Emus also have pretty big heads.
These are huge. Like, how big is a drift? All right.
It's up to you.
Yeah, I think
do what you want. They're not small.
I can't remember. I think we said it's about this large, sort of a large grapefruit, rock melon, cantaloupe.
Drift globe.
I can just click on it.
Drift globe. Thick glass weighs 1 pound. What's a pound of glass?
It's like 500 grams or something.
Which is about this much mince.
Yeah.
Pound to kilogram 1.
Right, cool.
We'll say it is rockmelon / cantaloupe size.
Yeah,
I just want to keep like petting him and just be like, Gemdanon, if you're listening, please.
Oh, please.
Just the emu. I don't want to go back into the body of an emu. Just get rid of the polymorph, please. I've never prayed to you in my entire life. If anything, all I do is swear at you. Okay,
you know what? For that, April, I'm going to ask you to roll 2 d4s, which will determine how long the body swap lasts and how long the polymorph lasts in hours. So the first one you roll is for how long the body swap lasts.
Oh, man.
3 hours.
3 hours for the body swap. Now another d4.
2 hours.
2 hours, okay. Gemdanon has answered your prayer. And you... So after you say the short prayer, you don't know the exact time, but you do get this reassurance that, don't worry. It will be okay. Yeah.
Wonderful.
You pick Pat.
I guess my life... Oh, sorry, go.
No, I just want to say, as soon as he turns back into Orsi, I'm going to tackle him, so...
A crowd...
Given that my life has sort of boiled down to, being an emu, are there any predators nearby? Threatening things?
Not in the immediate vicinity. But a small crowd has gathered on the edge of town now, watching the tourists. Yet another bunch of fools has had some of Baldrin's brew.
Oh, it's embarrassing. Now they all know.
Mozart and Dags are probably having a grand old time.
Oh my gosh.
Does anyone?
Orsi's just like sitting in the grass with all of this stuff out in front of him, just patting an emu.
What are Morzod and Dags doing?
Other than cackling?
Probably marveling at how big everything looks. and
picking
sort of
things
the hat
up,
and
putting them down.
Yep.
Dagmar is definitely flexing, like
Yep.
just a lot of this.
That actually would be hilarious to watch as the crowd, because you've just got this emu, this sad green-haired dude, a bewildered dwarf, and muscular.
Flexing.
We're going to take out the skillet and just swing it around.
Ooh, dangerous.
Okay. Give me a D20, please. Just a straight, straight D20.
I want you to let go. I wanted to break a window.
Oh no.
Me? Oh.
Yep.
10.
10. You don't accidentally hit one of your friends, but you, as you're swinging around, you do accidentally drop it and it flies out of your hands. And you hear applause coming from the crowd on the edge of town.
I'm gonna flex again. Maybe
He
send a
starts
little
crying.
wink and a kiss.
And a couple of wolf whistles. Couple of wolf whistles heading your way.
Popular. Does Vitericus have a mirror or anything? He's got a disguise kit, right?
Oh, he'd have to have a mirror.
Yeah. He's just gonna really sadly open it and just look at himself. Oh, and he what's he got on underneath? Is it just a shirt?
Yes. Yeah. Nothing particular.
Alright, he opens it up and just looks at his left arm and see if there's anything there.
Big old scar from that bone strider.
You'll notice the hair as well, though. You'll notice he's got the green hair.
Does he have chest hair? Is it green?
A bit, but not terribly
David
much.
said all of his hair.
Every,
oh my God.
Yeah, all of Vitericus's hair is green.
Or he considers it, but he doesn't look. No.
If the carpet matches the drapes.
He doesn't want to know. He knows.
Let's just all agree not to look at each other's junk.
And with that,
what am I gonna do?
I think with that agreement, with that statement of policy from Kindwin / Dagmar, I think that's a great place to end tonight's session.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much for watching. Thank you to my players. It has been great fun. We will be back next week. See ya.
Oh, man.